So let's compare integers and figure out which one is bigger than which one. So here, for our convenience, I've drawn a number line, and you can see that we have 0, and then as we move to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then as we move to the left, we get the negative numbers, -1, -2, -3, -4, and they're getting smaller and smaller and smaller whenever I move to the left. Numbers are getting larger and larger and larger whenever I move to the right. So let's actually figure out the appropriate inequality sign that we should put in between these two numbers. So I see 1 and -2. So let's check them out. I see 1 is here and -2 is here. So since 1 is to the right, 1 is larger. So 1 is greater than -2. And we would indicate that with this symbol. 1 is greater than -2. Great. Let's try this one. Let's compare -3 and -4. So let's check it out. So here's -3. And here's -4. And since -4 is to the left of -3, then -4 is the smaller one. The number that's the most left is the smallest. So therefore, I see that -3 is larger than -4. So I'd write this as -3 is larger than -4. And that seems a little bit funny, doesn't it? Because normally you think of 4 being bigger than 3. That's true. But when you have these negative signs in front, then in fact the opposite happens. And so we see that -3 actually becomes larger than -4 because the -3 is now to the right of -4. Let's try one last one together. Let's compare -5 with 0. Well, let's see. Here's -5 way off here on the left. Here is 0 right here. And so which one is the bigger one? Well, 0 is bigger. -5 is to the left, and so it's smaller. So -5 is smaller than 0, or we say in math terms, -5 is less than 0. And we denote that with the less than symbol, which looks like that. So we see -5 is less than 0. So here are 3 inequalities involving integers. And we're able to figure these inequalities out by remembering that if a number on a number line is to the left of another number, then that number is smaller than the second.